So the things that we're sharing with you, I'm hearing things that we've been telling you this for years. Okay, it's not new. In other words, there's a part of it that says the word's been coming to you, we've been giving it to you, and therefore we're not late on it. The issue is, have you been listening? And in that, with your listening, are you doing something with it? Okay, because I'm serious. The things that he's saying are things that all of us have said, even on this panel in the last 2 years. Especially if we've told you over and over and over, it's not a time to be passive. You've got to allow a passion to rise up in you. The passion comes from hearing the voice of God. I loved that Georgian took the time with us last night to bring us back to the secret place. Okay, we have all been busy. I've been busier in the last 3 years than at any point in my life. I have never had so many things going on. And yet, I resonate with what he said, and I know also the fight to get to that place. I appreciate Georgian saying, you know, the 30 minutes, he's been there. 30 minutes, it's just not enough sometimes. So even in this, with everything that's going on, there has to be built into me a time to stop, drop, and roll and really get hold of God's voice and what he's saying. Once again, over and over and over the last couple of years, it's been said the most vital part of your life is to be able to hear the voice of God, hang out with people that are hearing the voice of God, and from the voice of God say, okay, what are we supposed to do with it? Okay, over and over and over. Now, what we've entered into is, we've been told, he's used Chuck Pierce as an example. We respect him. He's told us the last 7 years have been war. We were figuring we were about to go to peace. All we've done is cut up the heat on war. We are not in a time of peace. You can't think now like we're in a time of peace. You think differently. When peace is there, you operate a certain way. Even the way you handle things, it makes no difference. In a time of peace, your relationships are handled differently. In a time of peace, your finances are handled differently. Everything there's things. But when you are in war, then you have to think like a warrior. Then you have to make decisions like a warrior. You've got to handle relationships together. Again, the thing of anger, not angry with each other, but allowing a passion to rise up in you that you go to war and take control of what's rightfully ours. So we are definitely in a time of war. I asked the question, what have all of our troubles been about? A lot of us in this room, there's been trouble after trouble after trouble. Whether it had to do with health issues, whether it had to do with real estate issues, money issues, finance issues, breakthrough in terms of facility, even in terms of ministry issues, there are troubles that we're going through. And I can easily begin to think that this trouble is about me. But our troubles have never been about an individual. Our troubles are about a breakthrough for a generation so that the kingdom of God can be set up on earth. So therefore, even now with all of this shaking going on, God says, I've been shaking you a little bit. Now I'm shaking globally. And I'm going to shake globally in such a way. And the foolishness, you say, how could it be so foolish? God's saying, watch and see. I'm going to make it so foolish that God's going to release his wisdom and people are going to run to his wisdom. God said, you say it's getting darker. God says it's going to get dark and the light is going to blast through into the darkness. This is our greatest hour.